Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktarinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All right, so we are continuing to read from Kaṭha Upaniṣad. We are on chapter 1, part 2 and shloka 6. And just to remind you a little bit what we did yesterday, what we did is, so Yamaraj started instructing Nachiketa, and first he explained Shreya and Preya, what is ultimately good for us, Shreya, and what is immediately dear, and that we immediately want to enjoy, Preya. Then he equated avidya and vidya, vidya with Shreya and avidya with Preya. Temporary material enjoyment is Preya and ultimate spiritual benefit Shreya. And then he equates them with vidya and avidya. And then there was in shloka 5 explaining the position person in avidya, residing in the midst of ignorance but considering themselves to be learned scholars, the grossly foolish stagger around and round like blind men led by blind men. So people who are in avidya, but they're thinking, I'm very learned, I'm very big position, I'm very much advanced, I'm PhD, I'm professor, I'm this and that. But actually they do not know the essence of the knowledge. What is Atma? Who am I? Who is God? What is our relationship? They do not know this. And they do not know what is this material world meant for, what is the purpose of life, what is the goal of life. The basic fundamental questions they do not know, but they pose as a big teachers, scholars, even gurus. Excuse me. So this is what we read yesterday, and we were just hearing Prabhupada quotes, Nate vidu svarta gatim hi Vishnum. They do not know the goal is Vishnu, Bahirartha Manina. They're always after material, temporary sense objects. So today's shloka is number 6 of the second volume. Na samparaya pratibhati balam pramadyantam vitamohena muhudham ayam loko nasti paraiti manne punar vasham apadyate me. Now, Yamaraj says, the path to liberation does not appear before a childish fool intoxicated by the illusory wealth of this world. He who thinks this is the only world, there is no world beyond this, falls into my control again and again. Now this is interesting when Yamaraj says you fall under my control again and again. So I wish you a happy journey, because this is a heavy threat basically, falls under my control again and again. So here, one who thinks that this world is one and one, and this is what we learn in school, this is what we learn by science, this is what 90% of population thinks, that of all the planets and millions of stars, the earth is only where we have life, and life is one, and when we die, everything is over. This is what they teach us in the school, this is what we learn in science classes, pure ignorance. No? So one who thinks like that, he cannot, path of liberation does not appear before him. He will not understand what is moksha. He will not know even interest. He can't comprehend. What? You believe in that? We went one college, one chairman of one college, actually the owner of one college here in Salem, we met. And we say we would like to address students and give classes. And then, what are you going to talk about? And then we show him our little brochure we have, Science of Soul. What was that? Birth beyond death. Birth beyond death? You mean life after death? You believe in that? He's Indian. Of course, he's Jain. No? But still, he doesn't believe in soul, doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in reincarnation, doesn't believe in life after death. No? He said, you believe in that? Because he's educated, he's PhD, he's owner of big college. You see the illusion, avidya. So what is described? Mudam, balam, childish fool. The path to liberation does not appear before a childish fool intoxicated by illusory wealth of this world. And this world is one, and there is nothing beyond this world. No? So one who thinks like this, In Ranga Ramanuja's commentary, he says, become subject to extreme torture done by Yamaraj. So avidya and its result, this is described here. When you are in avidya, when you run after prayer, this is what happens. You take birth again and again and be tortured by Yamaraj again and again. It's a heavy statement. Okay, we'll go to the next shloka. I understand you are all seriously concerned. Shravanayapi bahubhiryo nalabhya shinvantopi bahavoyam navidyu. Ascharya vakta kushalo se labda ascharya gyata kushalanusishta. So when you hear the sound of this shloka, no, Ascharya vat, you remember Gita, maybe I have here open, yeah. All right, remember this. Ascharyavat pashyati kashchitenam, ascharyavat vadanti tathaiva chanya, ascharyavat chainam anya shrinoti, shrutva vedana chaiva kaschit. Ascharyavat is amazing. Some look on Sola as amazing, some describe it as amazing, some hear of him as amazing, but others even after hearing about him cannot understand at all. This is Gita. So here the similar Ascharya Vakta, similar style, but describes the Lord now. Many never hear about the Lord, while many who do not truly know him. One who speaks about him is rarely found. One who has conceived of him is ingenious, and one who truly knows him is uncommon, though instructed by an expert teacher. So now the contra to that, avidya, now if you want to get vidya, that's also not easy. It's a difficult, no? Even people hear about him, they do not understand. They not truly know him. Maybe partially understand something, but not perfect knowledge like that, no? Or one who speaks about him is very rarely found. Good teacher, Madhvas immediately point out. This shloka explains, it is very difficult to find bona fide guru. And it's true. I mean, India is speaking about the developing economy and, rising the national profits. If you start exporting bogus gurus, you'll be the richest country in the world. That's for sure. Because it's amazing how many people can use Gita or Vedas and speak something completely nothing to do with avidya, complete avidya. No? So, Madhvas immediately point out that it's very difficult. And the Ramanujas, they say, even to sit and hear about God, that's also Sukriti. Sukriti is required even for that. You can see some people, they can't sit, they can't come to a temple, they are so busy, they are running around. They think they are running around, but they are pulled around by the ropes of Maya, by Rajagun, Tamagun, whatever, mixed with Sattvagun. No? They are pulled around. You say, I have no time, I'm running. You are running because you are pulled like this, It's not by your will. No? Prakrite kriyamani gunai karmani sarvash. Ahankaroi muhudatma kartaha mitte manyate. Fools, they think I'm the doers, but actually everything is pulled by the three modes of material nature. They can't sit, they're restless, they just cannot peacefully sit. So Sukriti is required. Punya is required, even for that. And what to speak of to get bona fide guru? That also requires Sukriti. So rare is to find proper guru. That also Ramanuja's giving commentary. And immediately they quote. What do they quote? Manushyanam sahasrashu kaschit yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam vetti tatvata. Out of many thousands among men, one may endeavor for perfection, Krishna says. And of those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth. Again, same point. It's a rare. Out of millions and millions of jivas living in material world, how many of us are sitting for the class today? Even among devotees community, this is maybe 10%, maybe 5%. No, even Salem devotees, they don't come for the classes. What to speak of others, who are in ignorance. So this is how it is. Manushyanam sahasrashu kaschit yatati siddhaye. So it's difficult to know God, because God is the highest, the most subtle, the most refined, the most profound, the most exalted, most difficult to understand. Okay, so Madhvas, as I said, they stress on the difficulty to get teacher, and they defined it like this. One who can teach him truly is rare to be found. So true guru who comes in parampara, this is rare. One who can get a teacher is rare to be found. Now the disciple is also rare to be found. Prabhupada was joking that the Kali Yuga, Guru has to run after disciple. In all other ages, disciple come to Guru and like to run. I say, come to temple, take prasadam, here sit down, here take diksha. They have no clue, you know. And then one who knows, duly instructed. Now, even if you get bona fide Guru, whether you will understand or not, that's another one. And that also we've seen. When Prabhupada came, he's a perfect Guru, perfect teacher, pure devotee, no? But still not everybody took it fully seriously, no? Many people say, oh, very nice. Swamiji was very nice, but not for me. No? So these are all explained in this shloka. So this is how it's this conversation unfolding, no? That how Yama slowly bringing these topics, how to understand. Because this is what Nachiketa asks. No, what is the position? What is the situation? So you say, okay, this is prayer, this is Shreya, this is Vidya, this is Avidya. And people who are in Avidya, they cannot get any liberation or understanding of God. And even if you have proper teacher and proper Guru, it's difficult to understand. This is what we are going to discuss, difficult subject. No, you see how natural flow of conversation goes, no? Okay, we'll see the next shloka. Na narena varena prokta esha suigyeyo bahuda chintyamana ananya prokte gatir atra nasti aniyan Hyatarkyam anupramanat. Now this is interesting. The Lord, who is replete with the scriptural characteristics as conceived by the Vedic scriptures, cannot be well understood when spoken of by polluted materialistic man. Nor is there any prospect of perfection for one who thinks himself non-different from the Lord. The Supreme Being is beyond the scope of hypothesis, being smaller than the atomic individual soul in his immanent feature. Now this is, now welcome to Upanishads. Now Yama is describing here the, again, who can understand God? Okay. Now this is, now we will see what happens with Sanskrit language and commentaries here. Because in Sanskrit many words have double, triple, quadruple meanings. So acharyas, they give different interpretation of this verse according to Shastra, according to the meaning in Sanskrit. So here, let's see straight the shloka. The Lord, who is replete, full, complete with scriptural characteristics, as conceived by the Vedic scriptures, cannot be well understood by events spoken of by polluted materialistic man. So this is the point, that if one is not purified, if one is not devotee, if one does not hear in parampara, he will not understand actually Krishna's nama, rupa, guna, lila. He cannot understand properly. Or there will be mixed of knowledge. Something is said correctly, something completely wrong. And common man will not understand. They will, oh, Swamiji is also speaking about Krishna. Yeah, but hear what he is speaking. No? Krishna is God. Krishna spoke Gita. Then Krishna died. Krishna, how he is God if he died? No? Can't understand. So that always there will be something interpolated, always something misunderstanding. 2 lines good, 3rd line failure. You know, imperfect, incomplete knowledge. Then how will person get moksha? It's not way. So materialistic man, we cannot hear from materialistic person. Correct? And then says, nor is there any prospect of perfection for one who thinks himself non-different from the Lord. Ananya prokte. Ananya, anyata means other. Ananya, not other. Prokte, to think. Gatir atra nasti. If you think I'm not different from the, I'm non-different from the Lord, there is no any prospect of perfection. There is no way of moksha if you think I'm equal to Lord. Now, here definitely you want to see Shankara's commentary. What did Shankaracharya says, the propagator, the preacher of the monism, what did he say? So we'll see in a few minutes what he says. No? But look, direct meaning is Ananya prokte gatir atra nasti. Ananya, if you think I'm not different from the Lord, there is no way. Gatir means knowledge. Atra nasti, nasti. There is no way that you will get proper knowledge if you think like that. Why? Aniyan hyatarkam anupramanat. That God is so subtle that He is smaller than the soul. Soul is described, shatabhagasya, that tip of the hair, if you cut in 100 pieces and then one piece cut in another 100 pieces. This is the size of the soul. And here it says, Anupramanat. He is smaller than the jiva. And he is bigger than, later will come, Anoraniyan, Mahato Mahiyan. Smaller than the smallest. The jiva is the smallest, Lord is smaller than the smallest. Mahato Mahiyan, bigger than the biggest. That is the power of the Lord. No? So here, this is interesting. So now the Madhvas immediately explain who are those inferior thinkers here. Because, okay, let me see how they describe. Okay, first I'll say like this, that some people, Madhvas explain, some people say that God doesn't have all the qualities. He has some qualities, but not all qualities. For example, karma mimamsikas, who believe that karma is ultimate law, what they say? God is there, soul is there, but God cannot cross the laws of nature. Whatever jiva does, according to karma, God has to give. He has no power to give more than that. And that you can see in the world, no? People are praying, but nothing. Whatever is according to karma, this is what you get. So, for example, so this is incomplete knowledge of the Lord. They say, Lord is there, but he doesn't have that capacity to overrule karma. For example, that is one example. Others says, like Mayavadis, that Krishna was great soul. But he has material body, because we see in Mahabharata when pierced with arrows, he was bleeding also. And looks like he was feeling, sweating. There's description in Mahabharata, and he was feeling hungry, he was eating, and tired, he was sleeping. So this is a great soul, but he had material body. Ooh, very bad thinking. That's not good understanding of Krishna's body and Krishna's pastimes. No? So, anyway, I don't have to answer that. You know already that, correct? So that is misunderstanding. And then also that he is subordinate to matter. That, Krishna is avatar, but when avatar comes, he also has to accept material body. Because you are in material world. He is liberated soul. He spoke Gita. He's very nice. But he also has to take again and again avatars. Means birth again and again. They don't understand. Avatar means one who descends from the spiritual to material world. They think avatara means changing. No? Yesterday somebody showed me what avatara in today's India, what means avatar today. The famous actresses, she put new dress and they say, this and this lady appear in new avatara, means from yesterday red cloth wearing, today she's wearing yellow cloth, and this is called new avatar. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Misunderstanding, please. This is big misunderstanding. Avatar means one who descends from the spiritual to material world by his own sweet will, not by laws of material nature. Okay. So, therefore, their concept of God, their explanation of God are inferior. They may appear like sadhus, they may appear like a gurus, they may be appearing like a big pandits, they may write the books, they may hold the Gita classes, but their knowledge is inferior because they do not know the Sambandha Jnana clearly, that who is God, who is, what is soul and what is relationship. And then Madhvas explain in details, they really tells you, okay, the concept of God as explained by Shaivas, by Brahmas, by Sauras, Ganapatyas, these are all inferior thinkers. Anybody who propagates demigod worship, they do not know that Adi Deva, Aham Adir Hi Devanam, that Vishnu is source of all devatas and he is supreme. No? Yastu Narayanam Devam Brahma Rudrati Devata Samatvena Vikshita Ye Pashanti Bhavedruvam. One who thinks that Shiva and Brahma are equal by any means, equal or even superior to Narayan, is an atheist. He is not understanding the conclusion of Vedas. He is doing offense to the Lord. He is in illusion. He is in avidya. He cannot teach properly. And also, another group is there of Mayavadis who say simply, Anirvachaniya. You can't discuss about God because material words, they cannot describe Supreme. Correct? Huh? You can't. You must realize it. You cannot describe him. Yeah? But is it not that description of God also what you are doing right now? By using the word Anirvachaniya, you are describing that he is undescribable. Correct? It's a very big contradiction. Then shut up. Don't even say this word. You can't say even that he is Anirvachaniya, not described by words, because that is description. Correct? So, You can still describe. Yes, you cannot fully realize it by words, but you can describe it. Like somebody never tasted milk. Correct. You can give him two answers. He asks you, what is that milk? I never tasted the milk. So you can say, no way to describe, simply you have to drink it. Correct. Okay, this is one kind of answer. Didn't help much. No? But you can say like this, oh, it's white, liquid. And it's not thin like water, it's a little thicker. And it tastes like a nectar. No? So that gives much better picture of milk. Not that he realizes it fully, but when he sees some white liquid at least, and he says, oh, and tastes, oh, this must be milk, he'll recognize. Correct? But if you simply say, I can't explain, you have to drink it, then he'll be on green. What is it? Beer. Maybe this is milk. Oh, this is not the milk, this is beer. So, there is no guidance then. There is no direction. No? So we can hear about form of the Lord. Then when you see him, you will recognize him. No? When you see blue personality walking around with a flute, then you know, oh, maybe Krishna. No, it's easy to relate, easy to understand. So Madhvas are exposing all of this. And they can't understand him. And also, they don't believe that God has qualities. Nirguna, arupa, he has no form. That he has no pastimes or pastimes are material. There's nothing to discuss, nothing to describe. So how can you realize him? No? How can you please go to the Delhi and meet such and such person? Okay, so what is his name? First you ask. What is his name? What is his address? What is he doing? How do I recognize him? No, you just go there and meet him. Yeah, I go to Delhi, 20 million people are there, no? How are you going to locate him? How are you going to recognize him? How, if you don't describe any of his qualities, any of his attributes, any of his characteristics, any of his activities, any of his form, nothing you know about. Why? Because these are all material according to them. No? So it's just so difficult, no? What to speak of falling in love with person you do not know, his name, his form, he never seen the photo, never know anything, activity, never be. How can you be attracted? There's no question, no? So therefore their knowledge is also inferior. Or those who study Vedas for the sake of being recognized and be known as a learned pandits, they also will not understand. The truth of Vedic knowledge, the conclusion will not be revealed. The Vedas are not studied for that oh, I'll become famous. I'm Rigvedi, I'm Yajurvedi, I'm Chaturvedi. Baba. No? Huh? So I study 4 Vedas, but I don't practice even 1 Veda. No? That's condemned here, that no, they have to practice what they teach. Okay? So now you see, I'll show you a little bit. Just 1 shloka, okay? Many shlokas are like this. Acharyas, they translate differently, but we understand everything is according to Shastra, everything is according to grammar. They quote the shlokas. And it's very interesting how in Sanskrit you get this opportunity. The words have multiple meanings, so you can express so much. But unless you hear in Guru Parampara, you may misunderstand also. It's like more ways of it's a much better language than English or something. You know, it's much more expressive in spiritual, particularly in spiritual matters. But unless you come from Guru Parampara, unless you hear from Guru Parampara, you may misunderstand. So you will see in this particular shloka how Shankara explains, how Madhva explains, and you will see the why it is happening. Okay, now we'll focus on 1 line. Ananya prokte gatiratra nasti. Ananya prokte gatiratra nasti. Ananya, no other. Anya means other, Ananya means no other. Prokta means taught or teaching, knowledge. Ananya prokte. So, not another taught, or one who sees himself none different from Brahman. Ananya prokte. We are thinking we are not different from God. Okay. Gatihi means 4 things. Going, or doubt, whether he exists or not, or knowledge, or transmigration. So, now, agatihi. There is a Sanskrit rule that you can use any form, gati or agatihi. Because in Sanskrit it's like this. Ananya prokte, gatiratra nasti, agatiratra nasti. You can use both options. Agati means complete opposite. Failure in understanding. Gati means knowledge. Agati means, if reading is taken like this, means completely opposite. So you have so many options now to translate these shlokas. Atra, here in the Brahman or in the Shastra, nasti, is not there. Now, okay, here, how Madhva explains. Ananya, one who thinks himself none other, identical with Brahman. Then the sentence is like this. No right knowledge arises when taught by person who thinks himself to be identical with Brahman. This is direct meaning. Ananya prokte, you think I am not different from Brahman. Gati ratra nasti, no knowledge will arise from that. This is direct meaning. This is clear. Word to word translation, no interpretations given. Okay. So this is how it goes. Now, the same sentence, Shankaracharya explains like this. With Gati being taken as per Shankara's interpretation, Agatihi. He takes it in reading Agati. Because Sanskrit, you have this, when sandhis are there, you can have A from previous verse connected. So it's very difficult to tell which reading to take. So he is taking reading Agati. So what he says, Ananya prokte gati ratra nasti, agati ratra nasti. You see that? So if you say, there will be no absence of right knowledge when taught by person who does not see any difference between himself and Brahman. Complete opposite. If you see yourself non different from Brahman, there is no problem. Agati, no problem. No wrong knowledge will be transmitted. Only good knowledge will be transmitted. No? But now you will see how Madhva defeated Shankara in this debate. Though they didn't live at the same time, but Madhva came later, had the Shankara's commentary and really blasted. You will see now. Now Shankara doesn't stop here because word Gati has 4 meanings. He gives 4 translations here. Okay? So for Shankara's interpretation. First, when Gatihi, going, doubt, knowledge or transmigration, these are 4 meanings of word Gatihi. So if you use word Gatihi as a doubt, then Shankara say, when taught by Advaitin, there is left no doubt about it. Ananya, one who does not see another, means who doesn't see difference between soul and super soul. No? This is Advaitin. Advaitin means one who sees the oneness. When taught by Advaitin, there is no left doubt about it, if Gati is taken as a doubt. You understand? Is it difficult? It's easy to follow. It's right there on the screen, no? Okay? Ananya. Ananya means not seeing other, prokte, thinking, gatir, knowledge. Atra nasti. When taught by Advaitin, there is no doubt left about it. Means this is proper knowledge. Okay. The shloka says, if taught by materialistic man, before says, no? When materialistic person described, there is a problem. But when Advaitin speaks, no doubt left. No doubt left. Okay. Now second one, Ananya, same thing. No? But Gati, he is taken as a knowledge or object of knowledge. Okay. Previously was taken as a doubt. Now is as a knowledge. So then Shankara says like this. Ananya prakti gati ratra nasti means when taught as known different from Brahman, then there remains no other object of knowledge. Atra nasti, there is no other knowledge to describe. For that is the highest state of knowledge when the unity of self is realized. So when Gatihi is taken as a knowledge, when taught non-dualism, when Advaita is taught, no other knowledge to be taught. That's the ultimate. You see how he pushes his doctrine by the grammar and is allowed by the Sanskrit grammar. Okay, third one. Gatihi sometimes means samsara gatihi. Gatihi means to go. Samsara gati means to go in samsara. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. So if gati means samsara, then this is how Shankara translates. When the known otherness is taught, there is no coming back here to repeated birth and death. You'll get moksha. Ananya prokte gatir samsara atra nasti. Samsara will not happen if you teach non-dualism. No? Okay. And then fourth one, that is the one I show at the beginning. He takes gati as agatihi. Complete opposite, no? So, when taught by a teacher who has realized the non-otherness, then there is no want of comprehension here. For such teacher does not merely teach by words, but opens the inferior faculty of the hearer, by which he is made capable of understanding the non-duality. So he said basically, Ananya prokte agati. There is no problem. When you teach non-dualism, there is no question of misunderstanding. This is proper teaching. Now there is a Madhva's understanding. Look how Madhva translates this. Okay. When taught by a learned person, not a jnani but mundane person, this is first part of shloka, it is inferior teaching because it has been diversely discussed. This is in Sanskrit you can see here. Many people have their opinion and they have no perfect knowledge because they don't harm. Bahuda Chintyamanaha. Bahuda Chintyamanahi. Many opinions are there. Correct? And the people never agree. Still discussion. Who is God? What is God? God is person. God is not person. There is God. There is no God. My God, your God, my religion, your religion. So much discussion is there. Correct? And no conclusion. Unless it comes in Guru Parampara, you can't have clear knowledge, clear conclusion. So they go on drilling. So even if they study Vedas, they may know something. So some knowledge is there, but is inferior. Okay. So this is what Madhva says. When taught by learned, but not a jnani. He is learned, but he is not coming Guru Parampara. He did not learn properly. It is inferior teaching because it has been diversely discussed and is not easy to understand. But when it's taught by non-differentiator, an Advaiti, then there is no knowledge at all. No? So this is what they say. Ananya prokte agatir gatir atra nasti. When karmis are speaking something of God, they may hit something. But if Advaiti is speaking, there is no knowledge at all. And this is, you can translate the shloka exactly like this according to grammar. There is nothing wrong with it. No? Not even of an inferior kind. It is subtle than the measure on an atom, and therefore is no subject of perception. It's not to be understood by reasoning. Now it is pointed out by Madhva that Shankara interpretation does not go well with the following sentence in the next verse. Now this is where Madhva catches the Shankara in his interpretation. Now there is a second shloka also. Now in second shloka, this shloka says, Ananya, one who is taking different, nagati rasti, don't get good knowledge. Next shloka says, Prokta anyenaiva, ananya, anya and ananya. Anya means one thing, ananya means opposite. Okay? Ananya means not other. And anya means other. So next shloka describes person who sees other. Okay. And next shloka glorifies Sugyanaya Preshta. He has a real knowledge. So now, where the word anya is used, opposite to ananya in shloka 8, the word anya should be taken in this verse in the same sense as in the next verse. There Shankara explains anya to mean a teacher versed in scriptures. Okay? Agamas, not merely scholar and sophist, but a student of sacred science. Ananya therefore would mean person other than such a spiritual teacher. Not spiritual teacher, merely learned man. So what is the problem? The problem is, the shloka says like this, that Ananya Gati, one who is seeing the non-difference between soul and God, this is not proper knowledge. Next shloka say, one who sees the difference, he is a proper knowledge. Now Shankara, what he did? Previous shloka, he described, no, Ananya means one who sees the oneness. No? Now that means that this next shloka should be the bad guy, material teacher. But next shloka here, this is also teacher. So there is no consistency in shloka. In one shloka you're using proper teacher is Ananya, second shloka says proper teacher is Anya. So there is a fault of translation, Madhva exposed this. Okay, you understand? In first shloka, Madhva says Ananya is no good teacher, Advaitin. And that fits with the link to the next shloka, which says opposite that Ananya. If taught by Anya, the Lord is easily known. I'll show you the next shloka, then you understand. Okay, now you see in the next shloka, Naisha Tarkena Matir Apaneya Prokta Anya Naiva. Prokta, taught by Anya. Su Gyanaya Preshta. Yam Tvam Apa Satyadrit Bhathasi Twadrino Bhuyan Nachiketa Preshta. So what he says, this knowledge that you have is not attained by logical argument, nor can it be destroyed by mental wrangling. Lord is easily known when described by Guru, dear boy. So who is that? Prokta Anya Naiva. When Anya is speaking, you get proper knowledge. And this shloka you can't twist. Okay? So this is how Madhva really criticized Shankara here, and all the scholars accept that Shankara is not consistent in his translation. Previous shloka says, bad teacher, this shloka says good teacher. But Shankara says, previous shloka, this is also good teacher, and this is also good teacher. It's contradictory. He bluffed with his interpretation, and he was exposed by Madhva. And even later scholars, they accepted, yes, the Shankara is not consistent, Madhva is consistent, and therefore his interpretation should be taken for truth. Okay, did I confuse you too much? Easy. Everything is on the screen. I just want to show you one shloka. 90% of shlokas are like this. Just I'll show you one example that you understand how is possible to different acharyas translate differently. Here is how it's possible, because Sanskrit gives you that allowance. But allowance is given to enrich the description of the Lord's qualities, pastimes, to know more about Lord. Therefore that facility is given. Not to misuse the translation. No? The more option you have, the more beauty of translations you have. Okay. So now, because Shankara gives 4 translations, so people are impressed. Okay. Ramanuja also gave 4 translations, all Vaishnava translation of the same shloka. And he is pakka in line with Madhva, but he also given 4 translations. Okay, here you go, Ramanuja school. Same point. Ananya prokte gati ratra nasti. The understanding gatihi which a person gets about the Atma when taught by a person who has realized Brahman and Atma is impossible to attain when taught by a person of lower capacity. So this is very much fitting what Madhva says. No? If this is not Jnani, if he is not spiritual person in Parampara, he cannot teach you proper knowledge. But one who knows the Atma and Brahman, both he knows, then he can teach properly. When Gati is used as samsara, like what Shankara says, Ananya Prokti Gati Ratra Nasti, when taught by a person who has realized Brahman and Atma, then there is no wandering in samsara. Very clear, straight and consistent. Then, Ananya, when you say not other, one's own self, when one tries to learn it by his own effort, he cannot enter into it. Ananya, no, Ananya Prokte, no other, not other, one old self. When you are not learning from others, when you are not learning from Guru, no other, Ananya, Anya, Ananya. When you are not learning from other, when you are not approaching Guru, you will never realize it. Look at this translation. Beautiful, no? 4th one. Ananya may refer to avara of the first line. So that means when taught by lower mind, there is no understanding of it. So that also Madhva included in his, So you see how it can be shloka interpreted in 4 different ways, all consistent with Vaishnava teaching, all consistent in Shastra, and how can you twist the meaning. But he got caught. Shankara got caught by Madhva, exposed him immediately, inconsistency. Because you can't do that. Then everything you can twist. Bhagavan Uvacha, Abhagavan Uvacha. Every single thing you can twist what Shastra says if you do that. But what your conclusion must be according to Shastra also. What your commentary is that also must come in Guru Parampara line according to Shastra. Okay. So just to give you a little the flavor of the debates on the Upanishads, because text is such that you can interpret it according to Sanskrit rules. And the meanings are always not clear. Remember Nachiketa's question. When one dies, whether he's there or he's not there. So what does it mean? So you have to see the context. You have to see the answer. You have to see what is this all about. You have to see the story. You have to see intention. You have to see the grammar. Then you can understand. So this is Upanishad. It's tough to read. No? That's why these commentaries are there. No? And Vedanta Sutra is just even short sentence. Just short sentences are there. Not even shloka. One line. Condense. Like milk you boil into barfi. Full potency is that. Gives you Shakti so much. No? So but then more difficult unpacking it. Becomes more difficult because it's very condensed. No? Okay, I understand. We'll go to next shloka. So this is the next shloka we already read. This knowledge that you have is not attained by logical argument, nor can it be destroyed by mental wrangling. Lord is easily known when described by Guru, dear boy. Verily you are firmly fixed in absolute truth. May I have questioners like you, O seeker of the truth. So Yama is impressed with Nachiketa. You asked good question. And I tempted you and you did not fail. You remain resolute. No, I want to learn spiritual knowledge. I don't want material blessings. No. Oh, I wish I have more disciples like this. That is what Yama says here. So here Madhva comments on this word, apaneya. Apaneya. Apaneya means that naisha tarkena matirapaneya. That this supreme knowledge of Supreme Lord, knowledge of moksha, knowledge of nature of the spirit, this you cannot speculate yourself. Okay, so the apaneya means in both sides, that cannot be easily understood by logic or cannot be defeated by logic. Means, by logic you can't get it unless you hear from Guru. But once you hear from Guru, other people, by their smart logics of material world, they cannot remove this knowledge. Just like yesterday I mentioned this, no? If your God is all powerful, yes. Then he is the strongest than the stronger, yes. Can he create stone so heavy that he cannot lift up? If you say no, you are caught. No? And if you say yes, then God is caught. He cannot lift it. Correct? But Prabhupada just laughed. That's your foolish logic. Doesn't work. Not because somebody asks this question, now you lose your faith. Prabhu, I don't believe in Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I don't believe in spiritual life. Because if God can lift the stone, then and if you cannot lift, you have a problem. No? So this mundane logic doesn't shake faith of devotees who heard by Guru Parampara. Prabhupada just laughed off. Yeah, by your logic you think, I caught the God now in the problem. But you caught yourself in the problem because your attitude is not of inquiring but of speculation. You're not really learning. And Prabhupada laughed. Yeah, one moment he'll create stone which cannot lift, and next moment he'll develop strength to lift it. Finish the business. What you will do? No? So, point is, it's meaningless. This type of argument does not lead to knowledge. By challenging, by questioning, you can't learn anything. It's meaningless. Meaningless. Life of doubts is meaningless. And Prokta Anyena, because it's taught by other guru who knows the difference between himself and God. Prokta Anyena. Prokta Anyena, somebody else has to teach us. We cannot deliver ourselves. We are in ignorance, we cannot help us. Your hands are bound, your legs are tied. How can you deliver yourself? Somebody who is free has to come. Okay. So free is pure devotee. Free is Mahabhagavata. Free is self-realized soul. Free is Paramahamsa. Jivan Mukta. These are the free souls who deliver others to help others. So this is explained. Now, look at this beautiful purport by Srila Prabhupada here. Very nice comment he gives. Look, just hear attentively. It's so much nectar. We accept the Guru as the genuine Superman because he is worshipped like God and can put one in touch with God and His grace. Look, Prabhupada used Superman. Word. Why? Because he is above conditioned soul. Now, but why? Because he is worshipped like God also, but he can put one in touch with God. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasadaha. No? Because this is what Yama says in this. Boy, this knowledge is taught by your guru. No? Anya, you have to hear it from other. This is the Vedic system. This is the Krishna system. By the mercy of Guru, one receives mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. No? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also accepts this. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. By mercy of Krishna and the Guru, one receives information about spiritual life. Bhakti Lata Bij. Your spiritual life starts. So that he can return home back to Godhead. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requests everyone to become gurus or supermen. Now, so this is another thing. That is not like atheists, karmis in material world, in West particularly. They hate these religious people who claim themselves, I am a representative of God. Why you are sitting on Vyasan? Why they are fanning you? Why they are serving you? Why they are carrying you? You are like us. What is your problem? No, I am a representative of God. You are self-declared representative. They don't like to hear. They're so envious. They don't like when they see other men worship. No? But we understand. He is man like us, born in material world, maybe, but he heard from his guru. He's linked to Parampara. He's linked to Krishna. And now he has pure knowledge and he can deliver us. Even if he is not fully perfect. Okay, but if he teaches perfectly what his guru taught, that knowledge is perfect. So guru can be Kanishtadikari, Madhyamadikari, Uttamadikari. Uttamadikari is the best. Obviously, no? But even Kanishta, You don't have experience when you distribute books, then you preach to somebody, then that person changed, became devotee. Well, are you guru now? Are you Paramahamsa now? No, I'm struggling. I didn't see you Mangalarti in the morning. No? But still, because you taught the pure teaching what Srila Prabhupada taught us, that influence was there. Person could be changed. No? So, that's the thing that Prabhupada gives now opportunity. Why you are envious on Guru? You also become a Guru. Who is stopping you? It's open for all. It's not chosen ones, Like some religious people, go chosen us, not you. And one religious group, one Christian group, they say, there's a number. How many thousands of us are chosen? Not about it. Madness, no? Hitler, what he did with his Übermensch, higher man, Aryans, we are higher men, kill all inferior men. 6 million Jewish people he killed. 6 million, something? No, more. 13 million total died, I think. Just that idea, I'm superior, you're inferior. No, we are chosen. That's madness. But Prabhupada said, you also become Guru, what's your problem? Huh? No? If you teach what Guru tells, you also sit in Vyasasan. Huh? But people, they can't control this, they don't like. Prabhupada came on airport and everybody bowed down, and all karmis. Why they are bowing down? They should not bow down. They didn't like it, But because Prabhupada was such a transcendental personality, many times even karmis will see everybody bow down, they also bow down. Pure devotee comes, bow down, Baba, Paramatma push you to bow down, Another day, they were fanning Prabhupada in the garden. It was a sunny day, afternoon, in USA. And there was a garden with very low fence. There's bushes as a fence in the garden. So the devotees are sitting out Prabhupada, and one devotee is with peacock fanning Prabhupada. And Prabhupada is sitting in his uttariya without kurta and with, talking to devotees. So neighbor is walking, looking, and so, you can see he changed his face. He didn't like that somebody is fanning. This in West looks really weird, that one is sitting, one is fanning him. Like some movie, some pharaoh is there, somebody, some sect, some cult. He brainwashed them all. They all running after him, serving him, Prabhupada is sitting on the sun. One devotee disciple is fanning him, This man looked like really changed his face. And devotee saw that he was not happy seeing this. He walked off and came back. He couldn't hold it, Why is this man fanning you? Why is this man fanning you? Tell me, why is this man fanning you? And Prabhupada looked at him and said, it's hot. Baba is a guru and disciple relationship. It's punya for disciple to fan a guru. Guru is already fanned from inside. He is cool, he is dhira, he is sober. He doesn't care if heat or cold. No? He doesn't care. But disciple needs some service, and guru bluffs. Oh, it's hot. Why don't you fan me? So the disciple get moksha. But they can't understand. No? But look at, you become Superman. The Superman distributes transcendental knowledge. Strictly according to authorized version, he has received from his superior. This is called parampara, the disciplic succession. One Superman delivers the supreme knowledge to another Superman, and this knowledge was originally delivered by God himself. You see this, Prabhupada said, we are open, come on, you also become a guru, you will also be worshipped. If you teach what Krishna is teaching, and if you follow what Krishna is teaching, you will be worshipped as good as God. No? And not that you want to be worshipped, but automatically, when you are sadhu, puja, labha, pratishta, these three things manifest. They worship you, they adore you, they give you position, they give you money, they give you wealth, they give you their lives to engage in the service. But look at what a beautiful purport, no? And of course, immediately quote is there, Tadvijnanartam sagurum eva bigached samipani shrotriyam brahmanishtam. The Vedas also give qualification of guru. You should recognize who is that proper teacher, who is the guru, and how to approach him. To understand these things properly, one must humbly approach with firewood in hand, a spiritual master who is learned in Vedas and firmly devoted to absolute truth. So, Tadvijnanartam sagurum eva bigached. You must approach the guru. There is no way. It's not optional. You have to tick that box. I need a guru. If you think, why? I read Gita myself. No, but you are not Arjun. Arjun learned directly from Krishna. Krishna was guru of Arjun, but now there is Guru Parampara. where you have to accept. Same teaching what Arjuna received, you can receive today by Guru Parampara knowledge. No? So, and then Samit Pani. Samit Pani means you bring wood. Why wood? Because the Guru is doing yagyas. Means you serve him. That's the intention. Manual service. You cut the wood, you collect flowers, you bring berries, you whatever bhiksha you get, you give to Guru, and you serve him like this. Shrotriyam. Shrotriyam means Shruti. Vedas. Shrotriyam. Hear the Vedas from him. Brahmanishtam. Because he is situated in absolute truth. He knows. He realizes the Brahman. Tattvadarshi. He's seen the truth. He knows the truth. He will teach you. But you must come to Guru. That's the message. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the next shloka. Janamyaham shevadir ityanityam nahyadruvai prapyate hidruvam tad tato maya nachiketas chitogni anityai dravyai praptavan asminityam. Now this is very interesting. The Yamaraj was offering so much wealth, so much opulence to Nachiketa. You want the horses, you want the chariots, you want the elephants, you want beautiful girls, you want to be king of the emperor of the whole planet, whole universe, whatever you want, I'll give you. And Nachiketa refused. And now Yamaraj says, now I'll give you my treasure. What is it? I know the absolute treasure, the eternal supreme person, Lord Vishnu. He is never obtained by those who lack consistency, who are not sincere. Thus, O Nachiketa, have I meditated upon him who is manifest as a sacred fire, I have thereby obtained him. Now, before teaching about God, Yamaraj is confirming to Nachiketa, I know about God, I'll teach, no problem. He's telling, I also worship him, I also meditated. I did that Nachiketa Yagya. That time was not called Nachiketa Yagya, but I did that Yagya, I meditated, I served with devotion, I realized God, I'll teach you. He's confirming, yes, Nachiketa, I'll teach you. I can tell you that. Because he put the doubt forward. Devatas are also confused. He is Devata also. But he say, I'm not confused. I got it. I'll teach you. No problem. Janmaham Shivadiriti. So I'm giving you now the real treasure of mine. Now I'm offering you the real treasure, the knowledge of God. Okay. So, okay. Let's see the commentaries. So he also indicates that this treasure, Shevadir, Janamyaham, I know, Shevadir, treasure, Itya Nityam, which is not going to be perishable, imperishable treasure. Adruvam, in the last quarter month, are the material sense organs which are non-eternal. Adruvam. Adruvaihi. And Yama affirms that he attained Lord even by means of temporary senses. Now this is very interesting discussion. He say, Adruvam prapyate. I use material things. I use even, let me see if he does here. Yeah. He explains this, that even in my imperfect senses, I attain Lord. By engaging them in the service, by doing the yagya, by following the principles, by following rules, by getting purified, I purified my senses. So even from this condition, we can apply ourselves in the service of the Lord, become purified, spiritualized, and realize Lord. That is the message. So that is what he says. Madhva say like this. Now Madhva translate words anityam according to Sanskrit grammar. The a prefix can be removed. Anityam. So a refers to Akshara. This is another name of Vishnu. Anityam means eternal Lord. So if you take like this translation, and that is also immediately the quote, Aksharam akarosmi. Krishna says in Gita, Aksharanam akarosmi. Of letters, I am the letter A. First, akara. No? So that means Janmayaham Shivadir Itya. I know the Lord who is described, referred to in Akshara mantra, who is Nityam, who is eternal. Prabhupada also says this. Akara, the first letter of Sanskrit alphabet, is the beginning of the Vedic literature. Without Akara, nothing can be sounded. Therefore, it is the beginning of sound. Actually, in the Vedas, you find description that all letters in alphabet, A, I, U, all are names of Vishnu, all of them. And why? Because all letters, all words, all sounds are coming from Him, and they are meant to glorify Him only. So, and by sound, you can understand God. By receiving sound vibration, transcendental sound vibration, mantra, Maha Mantra, you become delivered by receiving sound, by sound. Shrutaistu Shadva Mulatvad. You know God by hearing transcendental sound, Shabda from the eternal Vedas. Shrutaistu Shabda Mulatvad. Lord is revealed in transcendental sound of Vedas. This is what it is. Lord can be known by hearing Vedas from the bona fide Guru. So this is what Madhva's explained here. That God is the final goal. He said that's the ultimate treasure. That's the ultimate goal of the moksha, God. He cannot be obtained by weak-minded. Means those who are not committed. Those who will flip-flop between material and spiritual. He tested Nachiketa. He said, you are strong-minded. You are determined. But those who are not determined, who are weak-minded, they will not get moksha. And Yama obtained his knowledge by turning his mind towards him devotedly. So he engaged his senses and the mind in the worship, and he explained, this is the means, this is the process, this is how I have attained. No? Okay, so now the Ranga Ramanuja gives another alternative translation of this. Because the shloka, really what the shloka says, Jana Maham Shevadir Itya Nityam. If you see direct translation is, I know wealth is anityam, is not eternal. Because Madhva splits A and Nityam, then you know, I know the Lord, who is the topmost wealth. But now, Ranga Ramanuja takes direct meaning. I know that wealth, even that of Kuvara or others that I have shown you, is impermanent. That's really, if you know a little bit of Sanskrit, you can see. Janamya, I know, Janamya aham, Shevadir itya nityam. I know that wealth is non-permanent, anityam. Okay? So he say, Yamaraj offered so much wealth to Nachiketa, and even Kuvara's wealth, the biggest wealth in the universe. So Yama say, I know this is all anitya, this is all impermanent. The permanent cannot be attained by impermanent. Now that's the point, that by doing material activities, you cannot achieve spiritual Lord, as simple as that. But now Yama hints the point. I pile up the Nachiketa fire using impermanent materials, but I attain permanent knowledge. So this is the process of purification. This is the process of transformation. The material consciousness can be changed into spiritual consciousness. Material senses can be changed into spiritual senses. Material desires can be changed into spiritual desires. They say, no, but how can material thing describe spirit? But why material? No, even when you chant Vedas, your voice, your tongue, your mouth, it's all material. When you say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Why do you say it's spiritual? It's material sound, produced by material elements, by material faculties. What is it? So Yama hints here. Though I use impermanent things, I achieve permanent because of process of purification. So Srila Jiva Goswami says like this. Jiva Goswami explained that one can understand power of valuable gem, not by logical statements, but by observing effects of the gem. Okay? So you may say, by looking at the gem, you know, when you wear different kinds of gems, influence your mind, your body, your health, your whatever, you know. And you can see the result. You can see effect on you. So now, Jiva Goswami say, you don't discuss whether the spiritual or material. See the effect. And this is what Prabhupada joked, explained nicely actually. He said, if you chant Coca-Cola, you won't get any. Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, Cola-Cola, Coca-Cola. Like Mahantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Because this sometimes to Western people, this Mahamantra sounds like some child's play, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, very nice. This is something for children. They don't get it, no? Because it's constructed like that. So Prabhupada said, okay, if you think this material sound, we are chanting, we are experiencing transcendental bliss. Devotees are chanting for hours and hours in ecstasy. So if you say this is some self-imposed hypnotic chant, self-hypnosis, all kinds of accusation we had in the West, no? Then you take any sound. If you think this is imaginary, you take any sound. Coca-Cola, 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 Coca-Cola. You go mad, Baba, chanting this for a few hours. Mind will... you go mad. Nobody will put you together anymore. Even these Nimhans, they'll give up on you, It's a fact. See that. Even the most beautiful song in material world, super hit, becomes old. A new song is replaced. Why you are not still hearing that old songs? Boring. Because material things have adyanta, beginning and end. Everything material is beginning nice, after sometimes become boring because they have beginning and end. Gulab jamun, I like very much. Take one gulab jamun. Oh, why don't you enjoy more? 10 gulab jamuns. 10 gulab, okay, nice. Why? Why stop happiness? 100 gulab jamuns. Then you run, Baba, It's limited, it's a fact. Matter is like this, but Maha Mantra, the more you chant, the more you want to chant. And the people who chant, they change their consciousness, they change their life, they change their vision, they change their activities, they change their qualities. Everything is changed. See the effect of the gem, Jiva Goswami says. Don't speculate. See the people that improve their life by chanting. The Mahamantra changed life of so many people. It's a fact. Same thing for deity worship. Keep any other murti. Put Princess Diana's murti in your house and do everyday flowers and this, and maybe gospel. But it will not purify you like pujar is getting purified by worshipping authorized deity, who is carved according to authorized description in the Vedas. We have proof. So many people are carving murtis in Jaipur, but you don't see them spiritual. Particularly try to bargain with them, then you see how much they are spiritual. They are not at all very materialistic. No? Gross, cheating, like anything. Yeah? But they're dealing daily with murtis. Krishna's murtis, Rama's murtis, daily they are carving. But they don't get purified. And same murti is brought to temple and pujari. After some time you can see white, effulgent, shining tejas is there. You can see him in bliss. Huh? All karvas supposed to be the Paramahamsas, Mahabhagavatas, but it's not like that, no? So we have a proof. Okay, Srila Prabhupada explains. So here, Srila Jiva Goswami continue. Similarly, one can understand the potency of mantra by observing its power to achieve particular effect. Such potency does not depend on so-called logic. And we can see in our life, Maha Mantra changed me, Everybody, yourself, everybody has this experience. Prabhupada explains. The vibration of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is not a material sound. And similarly, the form of the Lord and His appearance and activities are all non-material. To show His causeless mercy to the devotees as well as to non-devotees, Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, appears in this material world with names, forms and pastimes, all of which are transcendental. Because we are conditioned, we cannot see Him. Lord appears as a murti. So we can see Him in material elements. But this is His energy. This is His potency. He can appear in the murti if He wants. If we serve Him nicely, He will appear. If we are treating Him like a stone, like a metal, He will not be there. It's His will. He has full power to appear or not to appear. You can't stop Him. Unintelligent man who cannot understand this thinks that these names, forms and pastimes are material, and therefore they deny that He is a name or form. See, this is not only about sound, about anything of Krishna's. Everything is spiritual, everything is transcendental. The name of Krishna is identical with Godhead, but the name of Krishna does not manifest Himself to mundane lips, nor to the mundane ear. No. Therefore Prabhupada warned, don't hear from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu warned, don't hear from Mayavadis. They also chant Hare Krishna, but they think I'm that Krishna. It pollutes consciousness. No? The name Krishna appears in His form of the transcendental sound on the spiritual lips of His devotee and is heard by the spiritual ear of the submissive soul by the grace of Krishna. This is one of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's disciples writing these words. And Prabhupada confirms this. Of course, For one who is too entangled in material life, it takes a little more time to come to standard point of chanting. But even such a materially engrossed man is rise to the spiritual platform very quickly. If you adopt this process of chanting, it takes a little time, but it will come. When it is chanted by pure devotee of the Lord in love, it has the greatest efficiency on hearers. No? So Prabhupada said, this chanting should be heard from the pure lips of the pure devotee of the Lord. That's the best, that's the perfect, the biggest effect. And as such, this chanting should be heard from the lips of pure devotee of the Lord, so that immediate effects can be achieved. As far as possible, chanting from the lips of non-devotees should be avoided. Milk touched by the lip of a serpent has poisonous effect. Look at this. So don't tell me, I like these men's bhajans, professional singers' bhajans. No? Not that in the West is very famous one, Krishna Das. Not from Salem, Krishna Das. Please, let me make clear announcement. Some American Krishna Das is there, some foreigner. And he chants Mahamantra also. Beautiful voice, baritone voice, really nice sound. But next moment he chants Durga bhajans also. And in interview he say, I'm still searching for God. I didn't find him. So, because he sing nicely, you are hearing his bhajans, you are polluting your consciousness. Because the milk touched by lips of serpent has poisonous effect. Oh, he's devotee. Yeah, he's devotee of everyone. That's called Mayavad. Yeah, he's devotee of Durga, he's devotee of Shiva also, he sings. You can see Namah Shivaya bhajans, something 1 million views or something, And devotees are recording his bhajans and putting in the temples also to play. Some are inviting him for programs to sing Hare Krishna, because he also sings. What's the problem? He also sings Hare Krishna. Problem is not understanding Sambandha Jnana. That's the problem. So this is the point explained here by Yamaraj, that though I use impermanent things, material bricks, wood, my own body, my own senses, my own mind, I achieve permanent by the process of purification, by the proper method of worship. So we are really slow. Okay, let's do one more shlok. Kamasyaptim jagatah pratishtam krator anantyam abhayasya param stoma mahad urukayam pratishtam drishtva dritya dhiro nachiketo tasya rakshi. He is the fulfillment of all desires, the foundation of the universe, the eternal refuge of the performance of sacrifices, the transcendence of fear, the mighty object of the Vedic hymns, and having conceived him and held fast to that conception, O Nachiketa, you have forsaken all mundane allurements. Now again, Yamaraj is describing God and glorifying Nachiketa's qualification to hear about God in one shloka. This is described here, no? But beautiful words describing God very nicely. We'll go and see this a little bit. So Madhva immediately says some of the God's attributes are described here. And what is that? Kamasyaptim jagata. He is fulfillment of all desires. Jagata pratishtam, foundation of the universe. Okay. Now if Mayavadis want to interpret this shloka as referring to Atma, because they say Atma Paramatma are same, they have big problem explaining how Kamasyaptim, how is that God is fulfilling everyone's desires, not I. No? Jagata pratishtam, the foundation of universe. Who created universe? You or me? None of us. God created, no? Anantyam, abhayasya param, abhayasa. The state of fearlessness comes only when you realize God. Huh? The eternal refuge of performance of sacrifice, krator, those who are doing the yagyas. Huh? The transcendence of fear, abhayasya param, fearlessness, above any fear. Stoma mahad, the mighty object of Vedic hymns. No? Urugayam pratishtan, having conceived him and has fast to this conception, pratishtan, rishva, dritya, dhiro. So he is calling dhira now. Nachiketa is addressed as a dhira. Previous shloka was describing dhira, who is situated in Shreya, who is situated in Jnana. This is dhira, who can control mind and sense. Now Yamaraj is calling Nachiketa. You are dhira, therefore you are qualified to learn. You will understand properly, because you are not into material you forsaken all material allurements. Okay. Now, Ranga Ramanuja gives another alternative. Due to Sanskrit facility, we have another alternative reading of this shloka. Seeing the enjoyments achieved from karmas and seeing the infinite shore of fearlessness, the Lord fixing great, praiseworthy qualities, you, Nachiketa, have rejected temporary enjoyment with determination. So this is another alternative reading, that Nachiketa, after seeing all this kamyapitam, what is it? Kamasyapitam. You've seen all these different yagyas, your own father's yagya, you've seen to achieve something material. You've seen the means of fulfilling material desires. Okay? Even up to abode of Lord Brahma you can go. There also, what is enjoyment abode of Brahma? Longer life, better senses, better food, more beautiful women, better songs, better material life standard. That's what it is. But Brahma is devotee, so there is a lot of Krishna Kaṭha. If you are devotee in Brahma Loka with Brahma, in time of Pralaya, you can go to Vaikuntha. There is facility. But if you are not devotee, even sometimes Brahma is not devotee. You ever heard that? When Jiva comes from spiritual world, Prabhupada says, first occupies position of Brahma. Oh, Brahmas, pranam to all of you. We were all Brahma once. We came from spiritual, you become Brahma. Chance is given to immediately go home back to Godhead. 4 heads are given. Think clearly, what are you doing? But 4 heads, I was still bewildered. What I will do with 1 head now? Where is the hope of understanding? Okay, so this is the meaning. So God's attributes are given, and Nachiketa's qualifications also. So here, this is how Ramanuja's line explains these words. Kamasyaptim jagata, even up to the abode of Lord Brahma, jivas have attainment of desires to enjoy women, wealth, and to fulfill all kinds of desires, which arises from karmas, krator pratishtan. Anantyam, non-destructibility. Abhayasya param, absolute freedom from fear. Soma mahat, group of great qualities such as freedom from sin, unfailing desires, etc. Urugayam, fame and stability. So, perceiving all those qualities of liberation, you have rejected the worldly desirables due to your keen discrimination. So this is what is the meaning, that you by your intelligence you observe material desires will never be fulfilled, and moksha is much better. State of fearlessness, state of eternal peace, state of steadiness, no more birth and death, no more Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma, no Shochati, no Kankshati. All these things are described. So, O Nachiketa, you are wise, for with firm resolve that you have renounced the attainment of desires, you have seen the Brahman, who is the foundation of the world, the giver of endless rewards of good deeds, to shore where there is no fear. Mighty one prized by hymns, chanted by great one, like Brahma and others. So basically these are just alternative readings of the shloka. Okay, thank you very much for your kind attention. We are going tomorrow with shloka 12. Not tomorrow, tomorrow is Sunday.